today we are going to focus only on what here two topic. The first one we need to see exception handling in Spring Boot. How to handle the exceptions in the Spring Boot that we need to cover. And after that, I will explain to you what is the difference between monolithic monolithic architecture versus microservice architecture. Understood my point here? So these are the two topics we need to cover. And exception handling is very easy concept. As I told you, those who attended yesterday, those who completed yesterday's example program, they only will understand today's example. So now what we need to do, we need to go to the what here, our STS ID, Spring Tool Suite ID we need to use. So let me open this Spring Tool Suite. And yesterday we created one customer service, right? Yes. So we will run the customer service and I will tell you what is the problem with the customer service. So why we required exception handling here, that we need to cover today. So let me start with Spring Tool Suite. So let me click what here, launch. So what I want to do today I want to explain here. If we pass wrong request to our application, then we will get the what here, exception. For example, you know very well in the last session what we did, we create a customer service and we inserted some data 101, 102, 102, two data only we inserted. But last, before we close the session, we delete the data also, 102 record. Now tell me 102 record is there in my database? No. Assume that I am fetching the data for 102 record. Tell me, do we get any record? No. Exception should come now. What exception should come? Resource not found exception. I should get what exception? Resource not found exception should come. So when do we use means whenever we are using particular ID. For particular IDs, we need to go for what your resource not found exception we need to use. So you don't do that one. It is our STS is getting started. You wait for some time. Okay. So now what I will do, I will close everything. So now what I want to do, I want to run this project because I want to show you what project is doing internally, what error we are getting, what exception we are getting. So what is my name of my project? Customer service. Right click. I want to do right click. I want to do what here? Run as. Okay. I want to do run as Spring Boot application. I want to run the Spring Boot application. It is. So it will run here. It will run. You need to wait for some time. So you can see this. It is launching, running. Okay. So now you can see here. You can see Tomcat started with what port number? 9090. And you know very well where we are executing all this. We are executing in the Postman. Let me open the what here? Postman also. Let me open the Postman. These are very heavyweight softwares. That's why it takes some time to load up. So keep quiet, don't do anything. Just keep patience, it will open. So now you can see here it is getting started now. What happened? Joking. So now you can see here, this is our API, sorry, Postman. So here I want to go for what is select operation. What is that one? Get. I don't need any updates. Get I want. And here I'm giving what here? Fetch. 101 available, sir. You know very well. 101 available. Click. 101 will get the recording. Yes. Customer ID 101. Name Amanda. Class. Yes. Address is Florida. Because 101 record is available. But tell me 102 record is available. We deleted yesterday. So now when I send the request, I'm getting exceptions, sir. Timestamp, status, error, path. So this is the exception is coming in our code. Understood my point here? Okay, sir, we got an idea. So I don't need these details. Actually, this is given by Spring Boot. I want to display my own details, my own exceptions. So that is the reason we are working with what here today's class. Today we are working with that one only. So what we are doing, you know, so here we need to do one thing. In Spring Boot, exception handling can be performed by using controller advice. There are two annotations are there. With the help of the two annotations, we can handle the exception. One is @controller advice. And next is what here? @exception handler. So what happens, you know? Controller advice will handle global exceptions. In your application, any global exception comes, controller advice will handle. And @exception handler will handle particular specific exception. Okay, sir, we got an idea. There are two annotations are there to handle the exception. So what we need to do, yesterday's project only, our project only, sir. Our yesterday's project only. But only I need to create one extra package. What's the package name? com.ihub.www.exception package. So we need to create this. So now what I will do immediately, I will open the STS ID. I will go to my project. I will go to my project in main Java. In main Java, I want to do right click, new package. What's the package name? com.ihub.www.exception. Finish. Exception here. Now the first class we need to take error details class. What class we are using? Error details. Sir, why error details? Here only I will decide like what I want to print here. Right click, new class, error details, finish. Sir, I didn't understand, sir. Why you required this error details class, sir? Sir, you go and check, sir. You go and check. If you go and check, in exceptions, what we are displaying, see this? Timestamp, status, error, path. So how many variables? 4 variables. So that variables we need to declare inside which one? Error details. So what we will do? Error details means I will take timestamp, message details. I want 3 details I want to print. So let me go to the what here. Here I will go to the private date. What I want? Timestamp. Private string message. Private string details. Control plus Shift plus O util. Now what we required? We required a normal constructor. See this? Error details. This is empty, 0 argument constructor. Even we can take parameterize. See this? Select, right click, source, generate constructor using fields after error details. zero argument construct. What came? Parameterize. And we need to write setter getter na. Right click, source, generate getter setters, select all. After what here? Error details, parent constructor. See this. Is it difficult? So you are just telling that I need timestamp, I need message, I need what? Details. For information, you want to display whenever exception comes in your code. Error details is ready. So once error details is ready, tell me which exception we are creating the second one. You can hear. Which exception? This is my exception. It is my exception, sir. Resource not found. If I'm giving wrong ID. So now I will go here. Again, I will go to the exceptions package, exception package. Right click, new class. What's the class name? Resource not found exception. And you know very well, whenever we are creating our own exception, we need to extend with what? Runtime exception, parameterize constructor. Same parameterize constructor. And here I want to declare as what a public resource not found exception. And here I will give string message. And here I will say super message. This is what we need to do for user defined exceptions. So resource not found is a user defined exception. So we need to go with this one. Okay, sir, we got an idea. So now after this, immediately we need to go to which one? Global exception handler. So let me click here. Right click, new class, global exception handler, finish. So now what we need to do here, we should write at the rate. What is the annotation? Controller advice. What annotation? Controller advice annotation. And tell me which exception you want to handle. Resource not found, na? Resource not found. So now what I'm going to do now, I will show you. You want to handle resource not found exception. So what I'm going to give you here. So everybody now focus here. Here I'm taking what here? Control plus shift plus go. Util. Everybody focus. Tell me what is my method? Methods is public. What is my return type? Response entity is my return type. What is response entity? I will tell you. But what is my method name? Handle resource not found exception. Assume that tomorrow I'm writing arithmetic exception. So how to write here? Handle arithmetic exception. And that method is taking two parameters. What is the first parameter? Resource not found. Second one is what? Web request. And this method we need to annotate it with what here? Exception handler. So resource not found exception dot class. Properties class we need to give like this. So tell me if you are working with arithmetic exception, what will you write? At the rate exception handler arithmetic exception dot class. And it is taking how many parameters? Two parameters. Resource not found exception, web request. Now I am creating object for whom? Error details. Tell me error details means first one date. Second one is exception. How to get the exception? Exception dot get message. Exception, because exception is a part of what here? This one. Exception is a part of what here? Resource not found exception. So you are telling give me the what? Message. Which message? What is my path? Last we need to go for what? Request dot Get description false. False means it will give true. Reverse. So now it will give you the path actually. Path it will give you. I will tell you what is the purpose of this one. When we run this program, that time I will show you. So first we will get the date. We'll get exception details path. And here we will get the what here. The complete path of that one. Is it bad request path is wrong or what? Complete. I will show you the message. Get message means it will show you which problem, server internal server error, which problem is there here. It will give you the path. And now what we need to return, sir? What we need to return? Response. How I am returning? New response entity. What we want to return? I want to return error details with HTTP status. So purpose of using response entity is only one purpose. I need error details with the HTTP status. What is the HTTP status? Not found, because not there, na? Okay, sir. This is what you need to write here. Now assume that tomorrow, you are not getting resource not found exception. You are getting some other exception. So for that reason, I created one more exception here. Same method only. What I'm writing? Tell me. Here I am telling same only. But here we are taking what here? Handle exception. Exception is a parent, na? It's a parent. Here also giving what? Error details. HTTP status as what? Internal server error. Here we are telling not found. Here internal server error. So only status different. Status is different. Method name is different. What's the method name? Handle exception, exception, exception. There handle resource not found exception, resource not found exception, resource not found exception. So remember, this is for remaining other exceptions. Handle global exceptions. If resource not found came, it will go to this method. If other comes, it will go to this method. Okay, sir, we got an idea. We wrote the handle exception is done. But automatically it will go up. No, we need to throw that exception. So from where we need to throw? We need to go to the what here? Service. See here, everyone. Now what we need to do? We need to go to the service now. Service. Remember, from service only we are throwing, sir. So what we are doing now? Now you can focus here. Let me go there. Now you close this. You close this. You close this. Now go to the what here? Service. Open the service. Don't go to controller. So now tell me, I'm fetching the data by using customer ID now. I'm getting the data by using what? Customer ID. But 102 is available. So I cannot say get, sir. I cannot say get now. I am telling if it's available, get. If it's not available, throw. What we need to throw? Resource not found exception. So see here, nothing I did here, nothing I did here. Just I am writing what here? Copy. So see here, what I'm doing is I'm removing get. What I'm removing? Get. Instead of get, I am telling what? Or else throw. If it's available, find. Not available, throw. What throw? Resource not found exception. What I'm telling? ID not found. Control plus shift plus O. ID not found. Similarly, we are going for what? Delete by ID now. If it's available, otherwise what we can say? Okay, I'm just showing you. We can do for multiple things it is. I'm just showing for what here, one example. Only we can go for what here? or else through. Wherever you are finding by ID, what we are telling, or else through. Same thing I did here also. Okay, just one example I am showing to you. Okay. So what I will do. So I want to run the project now. Even we can go for what your ID also. We have what is there here? Find by ID. Find by ID, I can say remove the getter. What I'm writing? Or else throw. See this? I did here. What I'm telling? ID not found. Here also. So wherever we are doing what here? Find by ID. What I'm writing? Or else throw. What throw? Resource not. You find, sir, find. Here also we can do if you want. But directly what we are doing? Deleting. So first you can find, then delete. Find, get the customer, then delete the customer by ID. But better here I am taking only for two places only. Two places I use for updating based on ID and selecting based on what? ID. Now you can see I stop. And now I will select customer service. I started a customer service. And now you can see here, I will take 101 data. 101 available or not? Yes, available. But tell me 102 is available? Click. How many messages are coming? 3 messages. Because in error details, how many we have taken? 3 only, na? Timestamp, message, details. Message means what message is coming? ID not found. Because at the time of throwing, what we wrote here? ID not. That's why we are telling exception dot get message. So what is that message? ID not found. And last we are taking request dot get description false. That is giving the path URI web request. Understood my point here now? So tell me, like this we can handle our own exceptions in the Spring Boot. So tell me, is it compulsory? No, it's not compulsory. But if requirement is there to handle the exceptions, you can handle your own exceptions also. So tell me, everyone understood? Online people, offline people? Online people understood how to handle the exceptions?
Yes, sir.
Very good, sir. Very good. Okay, sir, we got an idea. Now we need to go to immediately about what here? Monolithic architecture and microservice architecture today. Now see here, everybody. Now it is very interesting to see about monolithic architecture now. Now currently we are working with what architecture? Monolithic architecture. So monolithic architecture means what happens? The best example of monolithic architecture is advanced Java. In advanced Java, whatever the applications we have developed, all those applications we have designed based on monolithic architecture. Sir, what happens in monolithic architecture? Assume that we will create our application. This is our application. This is our application. Then there only we will have database. Yes, there only we have our database, no doubt. And there only our server will be available. Yes, sir, server will be available. Who will be available? Server will be available. Everything will be available now here. For example, if you want ID will be there. Everything will be there here only. So if you require extension, extensions will be there, jar files will be there. Jar files will be there, dependencies will be there. Everything will be there, na? Yes. So in monolithic architecture, what do? We will create in a single instance. We will keep in a single instance. We will keep all these components in a single instance. And that single instance is nothing but what here? Var file. I told you now in advanced Java how to create a project to var file. If you don't know, I will show you. See here, there is a Eclipse is there, na Eclipse. Let me open the Eclipse. Okay, I will open the Eclipse. Click on Eclipse. Now we will go to the advanced Java project. Advanced Java project we will go. Okay, now I'm going to the what here advanced Java project. We created Maven project. We created dynamic project, JSP project, any project you can take. So you can see here. Close. So tell me which project is there? Assume that this is my servlet project, JSP project, MVC project. So I want to convert this project into var file. Advanced Java says that only. Advanced Java is telling, Array, you do one thing. You create your project and convert that project into the var file. Right click. You can go to what here? Export. So we need to do export here. Click on export. Sorry, it's not a dynamic project, right? File, new, dynamic project. So dynamic projects only we can export. Let's say this is a dynamic project. Here we need to select 3.0. The next, I will do finish. I don't need anything now. I don't need anything. Assume that this is your dynamic project ready. Assume that this is your dynamic project ready. Assume that this is advanced Java project. Actually, I need to select workspace. I change the workspace. So now when I do right clicker, what I need to do? Export. Export to what file? Var file. So every advanced Java project, and I need to select the destination. Destination, I am selecting desktop. Click save. Finish. Conversion done. Now close this. Close. Now you come see. What do you find? Dynamic project, it's a what file? So advanced Java projects, always we will convert to the var file and we will give it to server. A Tomcat, take this var file, run. A Glassfish, take this var file, run. A JBoss, take this var file, run. A Wildfly, take this var file, run. A WebSphere, take this var file, run. So like this, we have lot of servers. Too many servers are available, sir. That is a different story. We have used only one server, Tomcat. But we have Glassfish, JBoss, Wildfly, WebSphere. So we have multiple servers are available in the Java. So tell me that servers will not take any folders. So they will say, convert your project into var file and deploy this var file in the server. Understood my point here now? So, but one problem is there, sir. One problem is there. Now your project is converted to what file? Var file. Var file it's converted. Very good. Nice. Wonderful. One file only. Assume that tomorrow, my database is not working. Assume that my database is not working. then what happens? My entire application will not work. My entire application will not work. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes, that is a problem. Understood my point here? Monolithic says that only. If any component failed, total entire application failed. But see the speciality of microservice architecture. Now we will go to the what here? Microservice architecture. So what is the speciality of microservice architecture? You know, we are creating microservices, mini services. Let me take an example of Amazon. So in Amazon, I am creating 3 services. Let's say this is known as customer service. This is known as add to cart service. Last, I want to go to the payment service. So let me say this is known as which service? Customer service. Add to cart service. And last one is known as what here? Payment service. So this is known as what here? Mini services, micro services. Okay, sir, we got an idea. So what happens, assume that customer service means customer can log in and they can see the products. Array, this product, array, this product. Array, see, this product, new product came in the Amazon, Flipkart, like that. This is known as what here? Window shopping. What we call it is? You know what is the window shopping? So when Flipkart came, when Amazon came, the most challenging part is for them to identify which are the actual users, which are the window users. Actual users means those who see the products and they will buy the products. But window users means what? Window means, window. Window is only for seeing others. Okay. Closing the window. So this is known as what here? Window users. So that is what the challenging part. So nowadays they can track that also. Remember, if you log in and if you check now, our count will go there. They will come to know in a day how many window users they saw their products, they saw their websites. Window shopping, we call it is. So now tell me, customer service means we can log into Amazon, we can go to the Amazon and we can see the products. Array, this one is good. Add to cart. Second step is what? Add to cart. Money is not there. Salary comes, I will take. When father sends, I will take. This is known as what? Add to cart. So tell me, after that add to cart, it will go for what? Payment. Payment it will do. Debit card, credit card, you will do the payment. Assume that payment services failed. Payment services failed. Tell me, total entire application failed. No. You can see the products. You can go for add to cart. Only what you cannot do? Payment you cannot do. So it will say payment service is down. Payment service is not working. Please try after some time. Yes or no? Tell me. This is known as what here? Fault tolerance. What we call it is? Fault tolerance. So fault tolerance means that only, sir. Fault tolerance means some dummy message should come. Array, this service is down. Please try after sometimes. So now tell me, your entire application will fail or only that service will fail? Service is failed. So which one is good? Monolithic architecture is good or microservice architecture is good? Microservice architecture is good. And one more thing I will tell you. What is the drawback with monolithic architecture and microservice? Monolithic is easy to draw, easy to create, easy to develop, easy to deploy. But suppose if you need multiple instances means, this application will take only 100 requests. I need 200 requests peak time. For example, summers. So tell me, in summers, what happened? People like to go to what? Different tours. So that time, so hotels booking, like this, occasionals, there will be a what here? Busy or not? Tell me. So, but they will not get 100 requests. They will get 200 requests. But in rainy season, only less requests, 100 requests. So what happens, here only one instance is available, one WAR file is available. If you want to handle more requests, you need to create a copy of WAR files. One more WAR file for few requests. Yes or no, tell me. So here also we can do, but we cannot do max, guys. Multiple instances we cannot create in monolithic architecture. One WAR file enough. Understood my point here, no? One WAR file only will handle what? All the requests. But see the speciality of microservice architecture. So every microservice run with port numbers. Assume that customer service is running 9090 and add to cart service running under what here? 8080. And we can run the same microservice with different port number 9191, 9292 like this also. And here I can say 8181. Then I can say what here? 8282. So how many times we are creating microservice? One time. How many times we are executing this? 3 different instances. So we are running in 3 different instances. Means one customer service is running with 990 port number. Another customer service is running with 9191 port number. Same microservice again running with what? 9292. Tell me, they can handle 100, 100, 100. How many? 300. But in monolithic architecture, we have only one WAR file. Only one WAR file, sir. So one WAR file is available. Understood my point here now? So one WAR file is there. If you need more, you need to go for more copy of WAR files. Understood my point here now? So what I want to tell you, monolithic architectures are not good. Microservice architectures are good. Now, if you go and check anywhere, when Java came with microservices now, so .NET people and Python people also realized, because of these microservices, nobody can defeat what is Java. Nobody can defeat the what Java. So what happens, now Python also supports microservices. .NET also supports microservices. So if you are thinking, sir, in Java only we need to learn this one. No. Everyone copied from Java only. I told you already history of Java, right? What is the purpose of coming .NET? To defeat Java. So what is the purpose of coming Python? To defeat Java only. And they copied exactly. You go and check the topics. .NET topics you check. Python topics you check. 89% will be same. 89%. Some changes they have done. If they do everything copy means, understood my point here? Everything cannot copy, right? Something should change, changes should be there. So that's the reason I'm telling you, sir. So remember, working with microservice architecture is good when compared to monolithic architecture. So now you can see here, I will give you some examples to you so that you can understand easily. Advantage is monolithic architecture. Simple to develop, simple to test, simple to deploy, simple to scale. Scale means increasing the instances. Increasing the instances. What are the drawbacks? large and complex application, slow development, block continuous development, unscalable, unreliable, inflexible. Why I am telling it will slow development? Because you know very well in monolithic architecture, first we need to go for what controller, view, model, like that. So entire application, if it's ready, then only we will deploy. But see in microservice, one developer is working with customer service. One developer is working with add to cart service. One developer is working with payment service. So which development is more faster? Microservice architecture. So when your application increases, it will become large. Monolithic architecture applications we cannot understand easily. But microservices architectures we can understand because every service is a one microservice, one mini service. And it is unscalable because as I told you, WAR file is there here. So what happened? You can create a simple WAR file, but if you need more instances, you need to create a copy of WAR files, which is not good. Unreliable and inflexible. But see the monolithic architecture. So these services are built around business capabilities. Microservice is nothing but these services are built around business capabilities and independently developed by fully automated development machinery. So you know very well, every microservice is deployed in the server. It is fully automated deployment machinery. And it is contained the business capabilities, means it is having business logics to perform business operations. So it is what here? Independent development. Yes, one developer can develop one microservice. Independent deployment. You can develop, you can deploy. You can develop, you can deploy. You develop, you deploy. Next is what here? Fault tolerance. I told you now, if any service go down, we will get some dummy message or not. Fixed what here? Technology stack. Means it is not like that we can use whatever we want, which technology is best for our project. Microservice will give you that features. You can take those technologies only and you can develop your entire project. Next is what here? Granular scaling. Services can scale independently instead of what here? Entire application. I told you now in monolithic architecture, we are creating separate WAR file. So you are duplicating the entire application. But what we are doing in microservice, one separate service we are running with 9191, 9292, 9393. So different. That is known as what scaling? Granular scaling. So you don't focus on that one. So if anyone says what is the difference between monolithic architecture and microservice architecture is, here in monolithic architecture, we need to convert our project application to WAR file. But in microservice architecture, we are creating a microservices, mini services for our application. So which is having business capabilities to perform the operations. Okay. And it is completely independently in a deployment machinery. So even microservices, we can go for granular scaling. Granular scaling means we can create one microservice, but that microservice we can run with multiple port numbers. Understand my point here? And it supports fault tolerance. If any service is down, entire application will not down, only that service will not work. And you will be getting one message that what happened, that service is not working, please try after some time. And it also supports load balancing also. Load balancing means one instance take 100 requests. Now tell me, when request is more than 100, automatically it will create second instance and the request will go to the second instance. That is called what here? Load balancing. So it will be no burden on single instance. Understood my point here? No? Assume that first request will go to first instance. Second request will go to second instance. Third request will go to third instance. So every request will not go to particular one instance. This is known as what here? Load balancing. So in microservice, we have that one. So in microservice, we have granular scaling. In microservice, we have fault tolerance. In microservice, we have load balancing also. And it is scalable, it is efficient, it is flexible, it is reliable, it is easy to develop. Understood my point here? So it is independent deployment also supports, because every microservice comes with what here? Independent deployment. Understood everybody? Got an idea till here? So tomorrow, what we need to do, sir? Today I will wind up here only. But tomorrow we will create first microservice. And as I told you, customer service, keep that application. Today we created one application, na customer service. Again, I will use tomorrow that only. So what is our tomorrow's agenda? Tomorrow's agenda, everyone focus. Tomorrow's agenda, why it is important, I will tell you. This is your service, sir. This is your service. Which service? Customer service. Tell me, it is running or not running? It is up or down? How do you come to know? We need to give the request. I need to give the request. Customer service, take the request. Tell me, if output is coming means it is up. If output is not coming means it is down. But tell me, in the real time, we have hundreds of microservices. Now you need to track that everyone is up or down. Will you give request? Whole day will waste it like that only. Whole day will give like that only. See, I will tell you one story, sir, one comedy. Are you ready for comedy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Girls are ready, I know. Boys, listen. So what I was telling you, one person put fake experience. Okay. As a database developer, he applied. And he went to the company. Okay. So what happened, I will open the database, SQL. SQL means Oracle. I will open SQL. Don't focus here. Just what I'm doing, that is not important. This is my Oracle, sir. SQL, Oracle. Now what happens, there is a data is there, employee table. Select star from employee. Assume that total 8 records are available. But in company, 8 records will be there or 80,000 records will be there? 80,000 records will be there. Understood my point? So what happened, your team leader, his team lead, that person team leader told to that person who put fake experience, you do one thing, copy this data into another table. Copy this data into another table. Which table? Temporary employee table. So you know what that student did, what that person did who put fake experience. He started creating a table. Create table employee. Which employee I told? Temporary employee. Temporary employee. And employee ID. What type? Number of 3. Employee name. Varchar 2 of 10. Employee salary. Number of what here? 10, 2. Assume that. Department number with 3. Job I'm giving what here? Varchar 2 of 12, something. Commission number of what here? 6. Like that I gave. So he created one table. And now he is inserting one by one data. One by one data is inserting. Insert into, tell me, temporary employee values. He is seeing one by one. 201, Alan. Team lead told na, you need to create data na, you need to copy the data na. He's copying the data now. Alan, what is next? 9,000, 10, clerk, commission is what? Null. Like this is entering the data. So morning he started his work. Afternoon came. Inserting. 2,000 record inserted. Now his friend is coming. His friend came and said, hey, let's go for lunch. No. My manager, my team lead told me to copy the data. Till now I completed only 4,000, 2,000 records only. More what here? 78,000 is left. Understood my point here? So then that person asked, are you fresher or you are experienced? Then he said, I am experienced. Show me how you are inserting the data. He shown like this. Understood my point here now? So actually we should not do like this. 1 second, truncate table. I will say drop table. Drop table. What's the table name? Temp employee. I'm deleting the data. Now tell me, do we have any data in do we have any table first of all? Temp employee, any table is there? Now, what happened? You know, my team lead told me, I'm an experienced person. He told me copy the data of employee. Create table. Which table? Temporary employee. Okay. Create table. Okay. As select star from EMP. Finish. Over. Select star from which data? Sorry, which table? Temporary EMP. Understood the difference? What do you find? Experienced person and understood my point here, no? So many people, so what they are doing, you know, when they will apply the what? Experience, okay, go. But after getting experience, do you think that can you survive in IT industry? No. So you need to have strong knowledge. So tell me in how many seconds I did? 1 second. And what he was doing? Manually inserting. Understood my point here now? Company will caught you within 1 day only. Within 1 day only they will caught you. Arey, he is a fixed person. Understood my point here now? So be ready. those whoever is planning to put experience, think you need to be technically strong. Technically, you need to be strong. Okay, sir, we got an idea. So I hope this is a simple message to you people. Those who are planning to put experience, they will easily caught you. Okay, now. So come to the point here. Come to the point. So what I was telling, you know, this is the customer service. And I want to check how many services are up, how many services are down. So what do we do? Here we will take Eureka server. What we will use? Eureka server. So what Eureka server will do? Eureka server will register every service. We need to register every service in Eureka server. Assume that you created 100 services. Every service we need to register with Eureka server. So Eureka server will display how many are up, how many are down. So tomorrow I will show you that only. Tomorrow when I create the application, customer service is ready. I will create which server? Eureka server. And then what I do, I will register this customer service with Eureka server and we will run the application. And we will not run application by using one instance. We will run this application customer service with different port number. I told you na microservice we can run with different port number na. So I will show you tomorrow. So we will create this customer service only one time, but we can run with different port numbers. So we will change the different port numbers and we will check how many are up, how many are down. So like this we will see. And after that even I will give you one more example to you. API gateway, sir. API gateway. API gateway. Nothing but API gateway means assume that customer service is running with 9090 port number. So what you need to give? http://localhost 9090 customer/fetch. It will go to customer. http://localhost 90, or I can say 9191/patient. It will go to patient. Understood my point here? No? So means for every microservice, what we should remember? Port number. Customer service is running with 9090. So during the request, I need to give 9090. Sir, if I am developing doctor service running with 8080. So at the time of request, I need to give 8080. Suppose if I am creating a patient service, during the request, I need to give that port number. So tell me, can you assume that tomorrow when you are working with project, thousands of microservices will be there? Not 100, thousands of microservices. So tell me, when we have thousands of microservices, so can you remember the port numbers? Is it possible? No. So that is the reason API gateway came. API gateway will work with one port number, assume that 9191. So what API gateway will say, you don't give different port number, you give 9191, I will send the request. I will pass the request. Anyhow, very interesting class tomorrow. Understood my point? So don't get absent for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will see how to create a Eureka server, how to register customer service with Eureka server, and how to develop API gateway, and how to give the request. That request will go to that particular microservices.